everyone, my name is Fee, and today in this video I'll share with you some study methods that really helped me to memorize and remember materials at school better and more effectively. So let's start. So the first method I want to share with you is to divide which part of a day to remember the part relatively. For example, you decide that in the morning you will remember the topic 1 of the chapter, and in the afternoon you will revise the topic 1, and then you will learn or study the topics 2. And then in the evening you will revise both 2 topics that you learned in the morning and in the afternoon. And you also learn the topic 3, and the next day you will study the whole chapters. So that way will not make you overwhelmed or stressed whenever you have to memorize a large amount of information or materials at once. So yeah, try this method. And the second method is to use some study methods that help you for memorization. For example, you can use flashcard, which is one of the most effective methods to memorize short definitions or vocabularies. I often use flashcards for learning English words, new words, and I also learn it for some math formulas or chemistry formulas, which is really effectively for those of things. And the second method is mind map. So mind map is probably the most famous tool to help you develop both hemispheres, creative and logical. So you can use mind maps to summarize the whole chapters after learning it by the keywords or the important things. Remember, just write the keywords, not the whole things, but otherwise you will feel like have to learn a lot of materials if you try to contain a lot of information in just one page of mind maps. So remember, use as much colors as possible, but at least 3 colors, and then try to write the keywords. So the study tips number 3 is active recall. So active recall is the study methods that helps active. For example, while reading, you can try to underline or highlight the keywords or the key phrases that you have to remember. For example, while reading the history of the World War II, you don't just read the whole chapter with a very boring or hurriedly. You can try to use color-coded or color highlighters to make the whole materials or the whole lesson become much more interesting. So yeah, try to use some active recall methods, and you can check some more methods out on the YouTube, on the internet. Just type in the search bar some active recall methods, and it will appear a lot of ways to apply this method for you guys. And the study tips number 4 is to spaced repetition. So as I told, the first method is to divide each time of a day to learn each topics or each part of a lesson. So active is called spaced repetition is the same. So spaced repetition is when you recall what you have learned or what you have memorized regularly. For example, after learning something new, try to recall or memorize it again after 15 minutes, and then after an hour, you do it again, and do the same for 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, or a month. This way will help you to transform the material, the information from a short-term memory to the long-term memory, which is the only things to help you to maintain the information you have to memorize longer. And the fifth method I want to share with you is like to use to help or invite your related person or something like that to help you test what you have learned. For example, before my upcoming exam, I often tell my mom to test my knowledge after memorizing it, and I told my mom to ask me questions and then I will answer, and then she'll check me if I have told is true or not. So that way will help you. Like some people will learn together with you and you will not become boring or become not enthusiastic when you're memorizing, because memorizing is something very boring and often make me overwhelmed if I can't remember something difficult or something that not easy to understand. Remember to try this out. So my bonus tip for you guys for memorization that really works for me is that don't try to memorize something, try to understand it. So many people or many students like me just like learn by heart the lesson or the things have to do on exam like a parrot, but they didn't seem to understand anything at all. So the key point here is to understand what you have learned, and the process of memorization will become much easier and much effectively and efficiently than if you don't understand anything and learn by heart like a parrot. So yeah, that's my bonus tip. And along with that, you can try to learn by keywords or important words and write down on the separate papers. And if you want to recall or if you want to revise again, you can try using that paper. You have written the important notes, so you won't miss any important for exam. You can try to like collect or collect all the separate notes on a folder, so that if your exam is coming, you can open that folder and revise all the things or important notes you have written before. So okay guys, so that's all the methods and ways that I use to support memorization, and I hope you guys find this videos helpful. Thank you so much, and if you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything, so you don't miss any new uploads. Thank you so much, and bye bye.